Good morning to you, dear viewers, and everyone who's watching us through KTV2. Welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait. And today, as always, we have various segments and special guests that we are so happy and pleased to have them with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the episode. So hello and good morning, Saad.
Good morning to you, Sarah, and of course, good morning to our viewers at KTV2. We say good morning to you. We will come to you with many segments, reports, and of course, interviews to inform and to update you of things happening in our country, the state of Kuwait. Sarah.
Well, Saad, we know we are in summertime and we know a lot of families, kids, teenagers, and going to the beaches to have some tanning, swimming, actually, and also fishing, some, beaches activities. And we can say that some tragic actually happens, like there in beaches, some kids drowning in the sea.
Yes, as today is marking the World Prevention of Drowning. You know, when you go to the beach, you cannot be more cautious, especially with kids.
Exactly.
So the best thing to do is to teach them this is dangerous, or to teach them how to swim. If they are too young, could be very dangerous and very severe.
Exactly. We have to teach their children how actually to swim in case if they're gonna start drowning. And the most important thing to keep our eyes on the kids. Today, dear viewers, the 76th World Health Assembly adopted its first ever resolution on drowning prevention. The resolution accepts the invitation of the United Nations General Assembly for WHO to coordinate actions within the UN system on drowning prevention and facilitate the observance of World Drowning Prevention Day on 25th July each year, Saad.
Yes, Sarah, to mark this year's World Drowning Prevention Day, WHO will continue to focus on raising awareness on drowning as a public health issue, reminding people that anyone can drown, but no one should.
On this World Drowning Prevention Day, 25th July 2023, I would like to draw your attention to a pressing global issue that affects the life of countless individuals every year. Drowning, a silent and preventable killer, continues to claim the lives of an estimated 236,000 people annually across the globe. Alarmingly, it ranks among the top 10 causes of death for children and youth aged between 1 to 24 years.
Yes, it's really crucial matter. And as they said, it's a health issue. This is very dangerous and very crucial to inform parents and young people. And now, dear viewers, we will go to a quick break and we will be right back. Welcome back, dear viewers. As they say, Sarah, this is very reports crucial to our sustainable, of course, to our children. Sarah.
Exactly, Saad. And as we mentioned today, actually these days we have extreme hot weather outside. So please be careful while going to the beaches, while driving outside, especially the daytime. So speaking about weather, let's actually check the weather segment and we'll be right back to you.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Of course, in Kuwait, as we saw, the heat is getting up, and of course, we urge people to take cautious, of course, of the heat from dehydration and from the sun also, Sarah.
Exactly, Saad. We have to drink too much fluids during the day. If you don't like to drink some water, please drink and eat some watery and juicy fruits like watermelon. Do you love watermelon, Saad?
Of course, I love watermelon, bananas, all fruits. Of course, you can take you can be dehydrated even if you drink water. You need to eat water-rich foods like fruits.
Exactly.
Of course, and then to have a good time, you must be hydrated. And now, dear viewers, we will go to our first report. Green technology or environmental technology means using science and technology to protect the world's natural resources and mitigate the negative environmental impact of human activity.
Well, to know, dear viewers, more about the future of green technology and its importance, let's watch this report together and I'll be right back to you.
With rising concerns over climate change and global warming, more and more companies are looking into green technology. Innovations of the sector are promising to change how most of us live. These new technologies could disrupt everything that we've grown accustomed to. But will this disruption be for the better or for the worse remains to be seen. As of now, we are looking at a lot of plans that are working. Let's take a look at these developments and what they mean for these consumers around the globe. Green tech is primarily about finding ways to curb our huge reliance on fossil fuels and reduce pollution. It is no secret that global oil consumption is unsustainable in the long run. Even now, we are seeing the effects of the climate change crisis, and scientists warn that if we continue, we are looking at an unprecedented disaster. The scale of destruction, rising sea levels, and soaring temperatures would create an almost unfathomable. This is why we need to move towards environmentally conscious solutions right now. The primary focus of any green technology project will always be in the energy sector. The world today is heading into the unknown if we continue to rely on fossil fuels. The toxic exhaust and greenhouse is notwithstanding. The fact that fossil fuels are finite and sooner or later we need to shift to renewable sources of energy. The solar power industry is growing fast and aiming at achieving enough solar capacity in the future. As one of the leading green technologies with implementation all over the world, a lot of innovations are coming up every day. From solar roof tiles and walls to large solar stations in deserts and smart solar innovations, car wash owners and other businesses can power their operations and cut energy costs. The manufacturing sector will also play a significant role in producing more energy-efficient products that go a long way into adopting the green way of life into the future. Right now, we have novel solar and hydroelectric-powered projects that hold a lot of promise. Many companies are opting for solar power as it drives down their costs while keeping them in line with the green wave that is currently in vogue. What drives this great leap forward is the innovation of dedicated scientists, environmentalists, and researchers. Even now, there's a massive research going on into new technologies that promise to change the way we treat our planet. Innovation is the driver of future green technology and solutions. More focus is on the now in development of better alternatives to the types of technologies that have proven to pose a danger to our environment and health. Innovation will play a huge role in changing trends in the use of fossil fuels, creating solutions for urban industrial pollution, and developing alternatives for chemical-intensive agriculture. A great deal of waste generated today is due to non-recyclable and non-degradable plastics. Ending the cycle of using manufactured products that are not eco-friendly is a great focus in green technology today. Manufacturers are now creating products that can be fully reused, recycled, or reclaimed. There have been drives to promote the concept of cautious consumption and get consumers to switch to more environmentally conscious alternatives. A new novel solution that is becoming more common in dense urban spaces is green buildings. These buildings incorporate nature into their very structure by recycling wastewater for terrace gardens. The green buildings are built on the principle that it is possible to coexist with nature rather than replace it. These buildings incorporate vegetation, sunlight, and usually have an open plan that allows for plenty of natural ventilation. Imagine living in a building that wasn't composed of drab concrete, but instead breathed with you. These innovations are not only good for the environment, but they also help consumers live more fulfilling, healthier lives. Green building benefits go beyond economics and the environment and have been shown to bring positive social impacts too. Many of these benefits are around the health and well-being of the people who work in green offices or live in green homes. The new frontier of green innovation has to be a method to reduce our reliance on single-use plastics. Much of the waste clogging our oceans and filling our garbage dumps is cheap plastic that is mass-produced to cater to our whims. Instead of promoting this culture of senseless consumption, we have to move towards a future where common packaging materials can be reused indefinitely. Even now, startups are trying to market solutions using novel concepts such as plant-based cutlery and packaging to efficient methods of farming. All these developments combined give us hope that in the near future we will leave behind our dependence on fossil fuels and plastics.
And now, dear viewers, with Kuna News and the first headline, His Highness the Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah sent a cable of condolences to Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune over wildfires which left many casualties. In the cable, His Highness the Emir prayed to Almighty Allah to bestow mercy upon the dead and wished a speedy recovery for the wounded.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense Sheikh Ahmed Fahd Al Ahmed Al Sabah discussed Tuesday relations with South Korean ambassador to the country, Chung Byung-ha. A ministry statement said defense-related issues, including exchange of education and training expertise, were discussed.
There is no severe shortage of Ministry's medicine. Minister of Health, MOH, Dr. Ahmed Al-Awadi, said Tuesday, affirming that there are alternatives to the unavailable ones during a regular National Assembly session. Al-Awadi added that the ministry is working on automating information system regarding the medical records. The ministry seeks to fulfill system and medicine stock as a security of the state through the permanent Ministerial Committee of Food and Drug Security, Al-Awadi noted.
Kuwait National Petroleum Company KNPC announced record-breaking profits of 1.016 billion Kuwaiti dinar, approximately $3.3 for fiscal year 2022-2023. CEO Wadha Al-Khatib expressed to Kona her pride in this exemplary achievement, indicating that the company had locked in a 675 million Kuwaiti dinar, approximately $2.2 billion against the previous year of 341 Kuwaiti dinar million, approximately $1.11 billion, marking a 198% jump. That was Kona News. Now we will go to a quick break and we will be right back.
And we came back again, dear viewers, with our special guest for today. The Knowledge Economy Forum was held under the slogan "Knowledge Wealth is the basis of economic development," which aims to invest creative human capabilities to build up a knowledge economy society, with the participation of specialists from Kuwait, the Gulf, and the Arab world. To talk more about this topic, we are so pleased to have with us today Dr. Sheikha Al-Ainati. She is an Assistant Professor, Department of Management, College of Business Studies at the Public Authority for Applied Education and Training. So hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning, my dear.
We are so pleased to have with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so pleased. Thank you.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the scientific forum of knowledge economy. We're going to talk more about its role, its benefits. So could you please elaborate more about the forum?
Yes, Knowledge Economy Forum is established or concerned for innovating and creating a human individual and human society that are able to use that knowledge under the slogan of knowledge economy or knowledge wealth. This forum was established and organized by Al Saad Foundation under the auspices of Her Excellency Sheikh Fadia Saad Al Abdullah Sabah, and it was established in 2009, aiming to develop scientific production as well as developing human capitals. I participated in that forum. It held 4 sessions. I participated in one of them. I talked about education and what is the importance of knowledge economy and how can we embed that knowledge into our educational system.
That's really great. So actually it's created the creative society as well, isn't it?
Correct, exactly, yes.
Yes. So the slogan for today is about the knowledge, wealth, knowledge. So why actually did you choose such, let's say, great slogan this year?
Yes, knowledge economy is very important. It's a modern concept for nowadays. It's concerned again with creativity, innovation, knowledge and technology as the pillar for economical development. So if we looked at Kuwait vision for 2035,
yes,
they have several pillars. One of them is to have a sustainable and diversified economy. So instead of using or relying on economical, oil sector alone, we can have another kind of income, such as the one based on knowledge. Also, another pillar of Kuwait vision is to have a creative human capital. Now, how can we have that creative human capital? We have to have the education. This human capital are the one who will use this knowledge. They are the one who's going to help us to be creative and use that knowledge into our benefit and build our economy.
Exactly.
Another reasons why the knowledge economy is to have a better quality of life, to have a better competitive edge, to have a better production and services. All of that is held or helped by the knowledge itself, with of course the knowledge and the data information technology all together.
And also serves Kuwait Vision, as you mentioned, 2035.
Exactly.
That's really great. So who participated, Doctor, for this forum?
Many people from different Gulf countries and Arabian countries, I should say.
Yes.
Faculty members from different universities or educational institutes. I come from the College of Public Education, College of Business Studies. Our college is associated also with this forum. 3 members already participated in this forum. Also, people from different governmental and private sectors participated. For example, one of the participants was Undersecretary of Ministry of Education from Oman.
Oh.
So yeah, so many different peoples who are interested and have that knowledge and technology and are interested in contributing in the forum.
That's amazing. From GCC and from worldwide, actually. As
Correct, yes, yes.
So how many members are actually there in the forum as well?
We have like 4 sessions. Each session we have 4 members. So, and actually they also used bilinguals. One session was in English, another session was in Arabic, and so on.
Oh.
So they were, it was very diversified with subjects, with languages, and with many inputs from different peoples from different kind of fields, whether it's private sectors or governmental sectors, education, or even, you know, from the market is what I'm trying to say, yes.
So one of those sessions you presented a presentation, actually.
Yes.
Isn't it? So it's titled Redesigning the School Curricula to Build a Knowledge-Based Economy. So could you please elaborate more about this presentation?
Yes, I did present in one of the sessions. I started by talking about knowledge economy and how we can use, how can we produce actually knowledge and distribute that knowledge and then use it along with information and technology, all side by side to prompt our economical growth. And then I talked about education and how can we have that human capital. As I mentioned earlier,
yes,
we need to have the creative human capital who will work with the knowledge economy. One of the ways is to develop our educational system and curriculums from the very early stages. We need to have a new kind of systems, not the one that we are using nowadays. Educators will use inductors, and they will use memorization with their students.
Yes.
Students will memorize their subject area and then just to memorize it, just to pass their exams, and probably later on they will forget many of the information they've had. However, if we embedded knowledge economy into our educational system, imagine this, imagine a classroom where teachers use smart boards. Students are able to use intelligence kind of tools,
yes,
virtual reality, simulations, and so on. Many of these you know, knowledge and skills will be embedded in their memory 70% more higher than the traditional way that we are using right now. So are we ready to have this capital, yes, using our educational system, the current one? Not really. We need to really have technology embedded in our education. It's not that hard. One of the examples that I can give you is that when we moved to when we passed Corona
yes,
period, which we had to go online, right?
Yes.
So we did use Teams to give our classes. So the shift is there. We can do that shift. We can do that. We need to build our human capitals in order to use our economical that is based on knowledge, information, and technology.
Yes.
And then I moved on to, you know, it's not only the students that I'm concerned about, it's the faculty members as well.
Okay.
Faculty members need to be able to deliver these information. They need to be able to develop themselves. I mean, with the, you know, endless technology, ever developing technology, students, not only students, but also teachers, they have to have the ability to develop themselves and learn it as it progresses, and so on. They are the one who's going to give these knowledges and skills to their students.
Exactly.
And then I reached to a recommendation stage where I said, well, first of all, again, we need to build our curriculum based on what I'm expecting from these students. And this is what we call the outcome-based education. And it is the fourth generation kind of education, where we use technology in our teaching.
Yes.
And then later on, I have to focus on the teachers. I have to give them the tools. I have to allow them to use technology in order to teach their students. And most importantly, to change our evaluation. The way we evaluate the students. I'm a teacher myself. So when I go to my classroom, I do give my lecture, and then I know my students will memorize it just to pass the exam. But with the knowledge thing, with the data and technology, we should change our evaluation. We should not make it only based on exams.
And not like a paper, just put all what you are, like, you memorize from the lecture, and that's it. We have to understand the lesson.
Absolutely. They will forget most of it, actually, you know, later on. A few months later down the line, if you ask them about it, they will probably not even remember
because they are scared. They just want to pass the exams.
Definitely. Unlike if you use something, unlike if you build your skills and abilities, and that's what the fourth generation education is based upon.
Yes.
We need to build our education in a way that there is certain things I'm expecting from our graduates.
Yes.
They need to demonstrate certain skills again, that says, okay, you know what, you have these skills and these abilities, and of course knowledge. You know what will happen later on? The market will tell them, you know what, we need you, we want you, we know you have this creativity and innovation, you know, embedded with you in the educational system. We need to a little bit go away from the education, the traditional way of education. We need to go out of the box. We need to give them the ability and the chance to be a little bit more creative. You know what I mean? So to move a little bit from the traditional way.
Yeah.
And finally, we need also to have an evaluation kind of process periodically should take place. So we make sure that our educational system is actually giving us that a product of creative students.
Yes.
So every once in a while, like everywhere, we need to, you know, to evaluate our process to make sure that they are giving us what we need out of output.
Well, Professor, it seems really a huge program, educational program. I really hope that we're going to have that like so soon in our educational system, in our schools, in our college, universities as well, like from first grade, from KG1, let's say, till the end of the high school. And as you mentioned, we can do that. It's like a shifting as we did like back in Corona, we back from the classrooms to the online, like within like a week, let's say.
Exactly.
So we can do that actually, but it needs preparations, as you mentioned.
Definitely, we do need that preparation. It's not an easy task, but it's not impossible at the same time. Another example that I can give you, when we have our mobile, mobile devices, probably at the very beginning, it was Nokia and other brands. I don't want to just name brands, but it was as simple as making a call and probably texting, and that's it. Now our devices, mobile devices, they are substitutes for our computers, so we cannot go away without them. The same thing for education. Education has to be developed in order to have that a creative human capital, which Kuwait Vision is based upon. And how can we have that individuals or creative human capital is through education, from the early ages of kindergarten all the way until they graduate. One of the things that also we need is to embed attributes for our students. One of them is to have that skills of searching. You don't want a student who spoon-fed, let's say.
I know.
We need to encourage them to search
to
and
be
to
creative, to be
Exactly.
intelligent while they cross.
Exactly.
That will benefit them in the future when they enter the college. They benefit when they go to the business and market, as you mentioned.
Definitely.
Actually, I'm so proud of you, Professor, and I have a hope that we're gonna have really a great Kuwait in the future, especially before 2035, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it is possible.
It is so
very
possible. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you,
with us,
darling.
Professor.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Big thanks and appreciation to our dear guest, Dr. Sheikha Al-Ainati. She is Assistant Professor, Department of Management, College of Business Studies at Public Authority for Applied Education and Training. Don't go away, dear viewers. Let's have this tiny little break and then we'll move on.
Welcome back, dear viewers. You know, you had a very interesting interview with the education matter. Tell us about the interview.
Well, it was really amazing with our dear guest, Professor Sheikha Al-Ainati. She spoke about the vision Kuwait 2035, how she is aiming and actually working on making the educational system really change in Kuwait. It's not about like having some paper and pen and do some exams and that's it. It's about how we create a creative and intelligent generation, starting from KG1 till the, let's say, the high school. That really benefit them in their market, in their business, in their college. We need actually a creative generation to
Yes, of course, improving our education system is very crucial and very important. And now, dear viewers, we will go to for a second report. Nanotechnology is the manipulation of matter on a near atomic scale to produce new structures, materials, and devices. The technology promises scientific advancement in many sectors such as medicine, consumer products, energy, materials, and manufacturing.
That's amazing to know more, dear viewers, about the future of nanotechnology and its importance. Let's watch this report together.
The world is shrinking. There's a deep and relatively unexplored world beyond what the human eye can see. The microscopic world is truly alien and truly fascinating. I'm delving further than the microscopic scale. I'm going to explore the potentials of working at a nanoscopic level, working at a level a billion times smaller than the average scale we work at today. This is nanotechnology. Nanotechnology means any technology on a nanoscale that has applications in the real world. Nanotechnology is the science of building small, and I mean really, really small. It's pretty difficult to imagine how small a nanometer is, but let's just take a moment to try and wrap our heads around it. The tip of a pen is around 1,000,000 nanometers wide, so nowhere near close. A single sheet of paper is around 75,000 nanometers thick. A human hair is around 50,000 nanometers thick. And I ran out of things to compare. Let's just take a different approach. If a nanometer was the size of a football, the coronavirus would be the size of an adult male. A donut would be the size of New Zealand, and a chicken would be the size of the Earth. In fact, on a comparative scale, if each person on Earth was the size of a nanometer, every single person on the planet would fit into a single car. A Hot Wheels car. You get the idea. Nano is super, super tiny. We're talking subatomic. So that's how big, or rather small, a nanometer is. But why does it matter? Why look at really small things? Well, they ultimately teach us about the universe that we live in, and we can do really interesting things with them. When we move into the nanoscale, we can work with new domains in physics that don't really apply at any other scale. Nanoscience and nanotechnology can be used to reshape the world around us. Literally. Everything on Earth is made up of atoms. The food we eat, the clothes we wear, the buildings and houses we live in, our own bodies. Now, think for a moment about how a car works. It's not only about having all the right parts, they also need to be in the right place in order for the car to work properly. This seems obvious, right? Well, in pretty much the same way, how the different atoms in something are arranged determines what pretty much anything around you does. With nanotechnology, it's possible to manipulate and take advantage of this, much like arranging Lego blocks to create a model building or airplane or spaceship. But there's a catch, and here's where things start to really get interesting. The properties of things also change when they're made smaller. Phenomena based on quantum effects, the strange and sometimes counterintuitive behavior of atoms and subatomic particles, occur naturally when matter is manipulated and organized at the nanoscale. These so-called quantum effects dictate the behavior and properties of particles. So, we know that the properties of materials are size-dependent when working at the nanoscale. This means that scientists have the power to adjust and fine-tune material properties, and they've actually been able to do this for some time now. It's possible to change properties such as melting point, fluorescence, electrical conductivity, magnetic permeability, and chemical reactivity, to just name a few. But where can we actually see the results of this kind of work? Well, everywhere. There are numerous commercial products already on the market that you and I use daily that wouldn't exist in the same way without having been manipulated and modified using nanotechnology. Some examples include clear nanoscale films on glasses and other surfaces to make them water-resistant, scratch-resistant, or anti-reflective. Cars, trucks, airplanes, boats, and spacecraft can be made out of increasingly lightweight materials. We're shrinking the size of computer chips, in turn helping to enlarge memory capacity. We're making our smartphones even smarter, with features like nano generators to charge our phones while we walk. We're enabling the delivery and release of drugs to an exact location within the body with precise timing, making treatments more effective than ever before. There's quite a list, and that's only a few of the potential applications. Let's delve into a few of these in more detail. Nanotechnology has been pivotal in advancing computing and electronics, leading to faster, smaller, smarter, and more portable systems and products. It is now considered completely normal for a computer to be carried with one hand, while just 40 years ago, a computer, infinitely slower, was the size of a room. This has been made possible through the miniaturization of the world of microprocessors. For example, transistors, the switches that enable all modern computing, have reduced drastically in the briefest amount of time, from roughly 250 nanometers in size in the year 2000 to just a single nanometer in 2016. This revolution in transistor size may soon enable the memory for an entire computer to be stored on a single tiny chip. Increasingly faster systems have also been made possible using nanoscale magnetic tunnel junctions that can quickly and effectively save data during a system shutdown. It's expected that using magnetic RAM, or random access memory, with these nanoscale junctions, computers will soon be able to boot almost instantly. Flexible, bendable, foldable, and stretchable electronics have been developed using semiconductor nanomembranes. They're monocrystalline structures with thicknesses of less than a few hundred nanometers. In normal terms, they're really small and super bendy. They're particularly useful for applications in smartphones and wearable technology, like smartwatches. Nanotechnology is a definite answer to a digital world that is focused on becoming smaller and more efficient, but it can also help us start to clean up some of the world's bigger and more pressing problems. There are many applications for detecting and cleaning up environmental contaminants. It is anticipated that nanotechnology could contribute significantly to environmental and climate protection by saving raw materials, energy and water, and reducing greenhouse gases and hazardous waste. From increasing the durability of materials so that they last longer and reduce waste, to the creation of insulation materials that improve the efficiency of paper towels, allowing them to absorb 20 times its own weight, nanotechnology really has the potential to do great things for the conservation of our planet and the human race. The availability of fresh, clean drinking water is an increasingly pressing issue that can be linked back to population growth, urban mitigation, pollution, and the vast effects of events associated with climate change.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and now we will go with the second interview segment. Since it was founded in January 1996, the Kuwait Red Crescent Society has been moving forward in its journey of giving and aid the afflicted and support the needy inside and outside Kuwait. It plays a significant role as an aiding arm for the Kuwait of humanity. To know more about the charitable work of Kuwait Red Crescent Society during summer vacation, we are pleased to have with us today Dr. Mohammed Al-Gattan, volunteer at the Kuwait Red Crescent Society. Hello and good morning, Dr. Mohammed.
Good morning, Brother Saad. I'm glad to be here. It's my honor to be your guest in this great TV show. So it's really interesting to be here.
You are most welcome, and it's also my honor to have you here. Could you tell us now 57 years of giving to support the afflicted and the needy. How would you describe the journey and what are the most important achievements of this journey, Doctor?
Wow, this is really a 1 million question, Brother Saad. It's a lot of responsibilities that the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society has. And it has been a long journey where I'm personally being a volunteer for almost 20 years. So I actually see and witness a lot of projects that the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society have been done during all these years. Now the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society been helping locally as well as internationally. So what we are doing is that we are trying to locate it and find the family who are really in need. For example, they need food, medication, equipment during the years. And we try to really support them as much as we could. As well as we have another campaigns for education, that we support education for students. And we have more and more project in Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society.
Dr. Mohammed, the Kuwait Red Crescent Society launched many gestures. Tell us, for the individuals, institutions, and families. Tell us more about it.
Exactly, like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, that we are trying to, first of all, like you said, that we try to cooperate with organization to really find family who really need the help. For example, that we work with the Ministry of Health, and we try to find the patient who really need support for their surgeries, as well as we actually go there to the hospital to give toys, to give gifts for children who have been doing a surgery, to really make them happy. And this is actually one of the role of the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society.
It's really interesting and, of course, admirable from the charitable. Tell us, of course, in Kuwait, and tell us now about the projects outside of Kuwait.
Wow, the project, we actually been helping more than 100 countries in the world, and we are really grateful for this number, and I am believing this number will increase. The recent project that we've been working on it, the one with Turkey, after the earthquake.
Yes,
I've been
Turkey,
actually,
yes.
exactly. I've
Yeah.
been really honored to go there and help people who really suffered from the earthquake. We actually delivered food, equipment, medication, and the good things that we work with the Qatar Red Crescent Society together. And this is a really good cooperation and a unique cooperation. Another project that we're actually working on overseas is with the Yemen. Sorry, with the Sudanese. Exactly. We give them also, because there is a conflict over there, as you know.
Yes.
And we actually go there for one day to give them the supplements, we give them food, we give them equipment, medication equipment, to really try to support them during this, during this time.
So it's not for the poor also, but only, but also for the from disasters happening and from the war.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is actually the role is after the disaster, after the war, and also we are been also the third project. So we are working on it is to help the Syrian refugees in Lebanon, as well as in Turkey, in Jordan, and we are actually still go to the camps and give them their support. Try to find a system for them to really, they could find the jobs, education, and it's really huge roles that we are playing.
It's really interesting to know about this information. Now, Dr. Mohammed, tell us, what about the most prominent strategic partnerships between the Kuwait Red Crescent Society and various charitable societies and institutions, both inside and outside of Kuwait?
Now, we are actually, locally, we are working with probably all the ministries here. For example, Ministry of Interior. So we are working really hand by hand, working with them.
Yes.
As well as I could just mention the Ministry of Health. Now we are working with the Ministry of Education, that we go to the schools, we give them courses, first aid courses, and we teach the children what they could do if there is any kind of injury has been done, and what kind of first aid strategy that they could do. This is locally as well as internationally. We are working with the Red Crescent, Red Cross societies in local countries, and we working together, try to find a way to help people in these kind of countries, and try to find system to really make the families probably happier or less severe, that we could help them.
Yes, this is interesting because I was thinking about children and to plant a seed for volunteering.
Yes.
Volunteering is not easy, and some people they don't know.
Exactly.
So tell us more about the part of Kuwait Red Crescent Society to children and charitable work, and installing them a culture of volunteering.
Okay, this is a very also good question, Saad. Now, during the summer, we started actually a month ago a program, special program. It's called the Young Volunteer, that we are recruiting young children ages from 7 to 11, and we divide them into 3 groups according to their ages.
Yes.
And we actually have the program for 1 month. It's actually unfortunately, next week is going to be the end of this program. It's actually for 2 days, Monday and Wednesday from 5 to 8. And during this program, Saad, we give them a lot of workshops. One of them is how to be a good volunteer. And we are trying to teach them is, Saad, how you could help people without taking anything back. Because this is as a normal human, Saad. When I give any, or when I try to do any job, I usually would like to have something back. Now, this is different from you do a volunteer job. Volunteer job is meaning that you do a job, a specific job, without asking for anything back. And this is actually what makes us as a human. We makes us happy. And this is one of the main principles that we are teaching them. Now, second thing, actually, we give them a lot of workshop, art. We teach them how to speak English. We actually give them traditional lessons, as well as my part is to give them lectures or lessons, Saad, how to be a strong volunteer.
So could you elaborate more about how to teach them? You show them videos, you show
them,
we show them the countries that are suffering.
Exactly, we show them videos, and actually as well as we take them to the special room that we have, that they could put the food inside the box, and they seal the box, and these boxes has to deliver to the family in need.
That's inside Kuwait.
That's inside Kuwait.
Do they participate in delivering, or just?
No, they actually just being in the society himself.
And the age?
It ranges from 7 to 11, and we divided them into two,
younger children.
Exactly, they're very young.
Yes.
But it's good actually.
Yes,
when their children actually putting the food together and find the system and steal the box, and they put the Kuwaiti Red Crescent logo on the box. It feels really good. They feel that they are part of the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society. And I would like to say my part is do you see these boxes? They has to be delivered to the people who are in need.
To show them.
Exactly. Now I told them, if you are sick, if you are weak, could you deliver these boxes to the family? The answer is no. You have to be strong. How could you be strong? You have to exercise. You have to eat well.
So you show them other good things.
Exactly. It's outside. We are thinking outside the box, and this is actually our role is to make our volunteer healthy, and they have education. They have awareness about the role of exercise, about the role of diet, and being at this age is how much important is exercise as well as diet for my health. It's a very complete program. We actually choose a very unique trainers to deliver all the information, because Saad, it's not easy to deal with this age, and this is why we use the proper trainers to deliver all this information.
Indeed, it's very complete and a massive effort from you guys, because this is very important for our newer generation.
Exactly.
This is a huge step.
It is very important that we have to have a generation who could really help each other, who could help other people. And this is exactly what we need, Saad.
Do you have part in the social media for children to invite them, because to show them?
Exactly. This is why, and this is what we are doing. And this is we are hoping in the future that we can help each other. This is the best way actually to really Kuwait to become a better country. Yes. By helping each other, by being side by side, no matter what is your religion, no matter what is your background.
Yes, of course.
We are humans. We have to be together in order to make this country the best.
I'm sorry, I have to talk more about the children, but tell me, what is the reaction from this workshop? Do you see a lot of children participating?
This is very interesting. Now, because we are reaching the end of this program, really you could find the interest of their children. How could you find out if their children are having a good time? First of all, there is no absent. All children are attending. Exactly. The second thing is really, they asked me, could you make it longer? Could you make this?
Really?
Exactly. Well, could you make this program for 2 months or 1 month? We need more. We want to stay more. We want to learn more.
Yes.
And the good things actually, they are making friends.
Yes.
They're socializing. And now, Saad, you know that among children, the video games and all the children staying inside, and now they find friends, they making a new relationship, we improve their social network.
Yes.
And this is why they would like to stay longer.
Yes, very interesting. And in terms, Dr. Mohammed, in enhancing the concept of the social responsibility is the most important. And could you tell us your role in that regard?
Yes, now it's actually, as I mentioned before, we have a lot of roles and we are working on it, and we are actually cooperating with other organizations, with other charities, societies, as well as with a lot of ministries to really work in this regard. And we have more in the future, and hopefully we're going to achieve all our goals.
Yes. Now, Dr. Mohammed, if someone wants to join, because this is a very important information, if they want to join, what efforts do you do as a society, and where to go so they can join and participate in changing?
Basically, Saad, every single person in Kuwait could be a volunteer at the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society. We only probably required one thing or one requirement, which is the age. The age should be 18 and above. Other than that, you could go online, register your information, and you could attach your civil ID, and you'll be immediately
online. In what website?
In the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society website.
They have a
exactly. They have a volunteer, and you could click register new volunteer. You put your information, you attach your civil ID. At this moment, you are a volunteer. They will call you probably because we have like a program for the new volunteers. We teach them how to do the first aid. We teach them how to really, what are the principles of the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society, what are our role, and then they should be ready to go.
It's very interesting. I would like personally to thank you and appreciate your efforts. And from all the family of Good Morning Kuwait, thank you so much for your efforts, and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much for your time, as well as thank you for shedding the light on the role of the Kuwaiti Red Crescent Society. So thank you.
You are most welcome, Dr. Mohammed Al-Gattan, volunteer at the Kuwait Red Society. And now, dear viewers, we will go to a quick break and we will be right back.
Well, that was really an interesting interview with my colleague Saad, with our colleague Dr. Mohammed Al-Gattan. It was amazing about the Red Crescent Society.
Yes, Sarah, of course. In the interview, we learned about how to make children join the charitable society. And of course, for adults also to join, it's simply as going to their website, just register so they know your information, and it's very rewarding. Volunteering job is really rewarding and very interesting and very important to our society.
Exactly, Saad. Especially nowadays, the graduates from high school, they can actually join them, as I mentioned, it's really an easy process to join them and volunteer in the Red Crescent Society and helping the needy people, especially we have a long holiday until they enter their college.
Yes, of course, children, they will learn how to participate in changing the society. It's very important and very crucial, Sarah.
And exactly, Saad. So actually today we have really an interesting episode. Sure. I hope, dear viewers, you enjoyed it as much as we did. See you for our next time and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye-bye.